everybody. I'm sorry that I have been away. I have been getting used to my daughter's kindergarten schedule. I'm sorry. I know that's not an excuse, but it has been quite a change. Plus my new medication has been quite a change. So it's been very exhausting, my new medicine. My pain has gotten better, which is great, but my exhaustion has grown. So it's kind of like when you've had the flu, and I mean the flu of when we were kids, where the flu was, you know, throwing up and, you know, crapping your pants and, you know, diarrhea everywhere, that kind of where exhaustion was, you know, to get up to, you know, even stand up took all of your energy. So it has gotten interesting. I do want to talk real quick about what I've learned about our disease before I forget it. What I have learned is that, excuse me, our disease starts in our bone marrow and our lymph nodes. And it's our T cells, certain T cells and certain B cells. They decide, you know, to go rogue. Like, you know, you've heard the expression, and a chef goes, darn it. A chef cannot make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Well, in our case, a T cell or a B cell will clone itself, but will make a bad cell that decides that it hates our mucus cells, salivary cells, you know, our eye cells, anything with moisture in our body, and it decides that it hates those cells. Well, that cell clones itself and clones itself and clones itself. And then those cells decide, hey, we're going to go and beat up on those cells that we don't like, whether it be in our eyes, our nose, our mouth, our lungs, our brain, our nervous system, intestinal tract, and for the ladies, our vagina. Awesome. And so then they go and they actually start beating up those cells, and that's where the inflammation comes in, is they beat up those cells till they die. Now, there's no way to really stop that cloning process, I don't think, unless they turn off our immune system, or they can find, you know, a way to go in and kill those specific cells. You know, that's really all I've gotten so far, is that information of that. It starts actually in our bone marrow, in our immune system, and our immune system, like I said, is our spleen actually is our secondary immune system. There's lymph nodes in our intestinal tract, which again I didn't know, and my intestinal tract is just a freaking mess right now. I'm very, very bloated, and I know that a lot of you are probably like, haha, you are gluten intolerant. Well, I am going to try to eat less gluten. I also drink like 2 gallons of water a day because I'm so thirsty and like dehydrated, and I think that is part of the problem. I look like I'm 9 months pregnant right now, and I'm just really backed up with water, and it's a mess. So I'm a mess. It's ugh. So, but that's what I've learned, and that's why our disease can turn into cancer, like lymphoma, like super fast. Because what is cancer? It's a rogue cell that goes and starts mutating and all of that, and that's what it is. And I've also learned that back a while ago, if you had a positive Epstein-Barr test, then that meant that you had Sjogrens. And when I was like 20 or 21, I had a positive Epstein-Barr test. Sorry, I'm doing this on a camera because our computer is being crazy. So I got some crazy things going here. So I had a positive Epstein-Barr test when I was like 20 or 21. So I could have had this disease for a really long time, and when I first went to, you know, my rheumatologist, and I barely had a positive in the lupus category, which was also the Sjogrens category, the SSA test. You know, that should have been a hint, you know. Then I had, you know, a positive salivary gland test, and yes, it was barely a positive, but that's because it was ramping up. And they keep saying if you find the disease early, then there's a better chance that they can, you know, get it and slow it down. But for all of us, by the time they find it, we're all kind of screwed. So, you know, that's what I've learned so far, is that It's not only, and it is actually called a disease now. It's not a syndrome anymore. And it is an autoimmune disorder. For real now this time. So, you know, if you go to your doctor, you know, like I'm going to my rheumatologist in October. Again, you know, I'm going to try to talk to her about it. It is an actual autoimmune disease this time. It's not just something, you know, and it can cause what I'm having, you know, the neurological problems, the pain, you know, and maybe what's going on with my body now is that I have so many drugs in my system, maybe my body can't take it. My heart now is up 10 beats a minute. Now my resting heart rate is 110 beats a minute. And my blood pressure has dropped. I don't know what that means. Tomorrow I'm going to try the beta blockers again. And those are the ones that slow your heart rate down. I'm freaked out to try those again. Last time I got really, really sick. So I don't know if it was just coincidence. So since my husband Chris is going to be home for 3 days in a row, I'm going to take those in case they get super sick or need to go to the hospital because of them. So I'll keep you guys updated. But as for me, myself, you know, just right now, the pain is better, which is great. I haven't had relief from pain like this for 3 years, actually. It's been 3 years since I've had like I'd say a level 6 pain, and it's great. You know, now, but the exhaustion is like a 10. But, you know, that's okay. I'll deal with the exhaustion. You know, I can still, you know, pick myself up and make myself go. You know, at least, you know, the mind-numbing pain's not there. It's just now getting through the exhaustion. So, still trying to work out, and I'm trying to eat better. I've lost 6 pounds, so hey, there's that. If I can get this 9-month pregnancy belly to go down, you know, that might be okay. So I'll keep you guys posted. I am going to get back online and talk to you guys in our group to see about trying to get a support system. I'm really not driving too far now at all, especially with this exhaustion thing, because I also drift off a little bit. Sometimes into not daydreaming, but just staring, you know, just I think I get so driving, not so good either. So we may unfortunately have to come more my way. So anyway, I'm going to start doing more and more journaling again. I apologize. I know it sounds stupid. Like, why can't you just get online and make a video? Well, for those of you that have Sjogrens and have the extreme exhaustion or the extreme pain, you guys know that it's hard some days to get out of bed even and put on a shirt. And sometimes even to brush your teeth is like running a marathon. So I feel you guys out there, and that's what I've learned is not only do we have an autoimmune disorder, but we have an anti-inflammation. So we make jerks that want to kill our own cells, and then we have bullies, they turn into bullies that go kill good cells. So our body is attacking itself and killing itself, and that's why we are exhausted. So, you know, just hang in there, and, you know, like my doctor said, someday they're going to find it. And, you know, let's just all keep pulling together so that we can find something. And I hope everyone is great out there that's listening to this. And I'll see you guys in the next few days. Bye.